Hey guys, what's up? Welcome on Top Fishing Videos. I'm David. So you are in the right place if you like fishing and fishing videos. So before watching this one, don't forget to subscribe and tick the bell. So see you after this video. Now let's watch.
How's everybody doing? Today I'm going to be talking about how to fish a weightless worm on cover for bass, especially when they're super finicky. As you can tell, weightless worm right here, or some call it a floating worm. And guys, this is really a great way that you can catch a lot of fish. Very productive way, especially when these fish are super lethargic. Even when they're super active, you can catch them on it. I believe anytime, any conditions, you'll be able to catch them on this bait, and it's going to help you guys put more fish in the boat when you're on the water. So today, first thing I want to talk about is kind of the setup that I got going on for this. So I do have this on 15-pound Seaguar fluorocarbon. It's actually the InvizX, which I believe is the best line out there. I've used it for, I believe, 5 or 6 years now. Absolutely, hands down, my favorite line. And the reel that I have is actually a 6:6 to 1 gear ratio Concept A by 13 Fishing on a fake chrome 7-foot medium heavy fast action. Most of the time when I'm throwing worms or weightless worms, I think the most versatile rod is like a 7-foot medium heavy, and that's most of the time that's what I'm going to be using. You can throw this on a spinning rod as well, because a lot of people aren't going to be able to throw this on a bait caster. This is super light. You're going to have to get used to it if you're going to throw it on a bait caster. Just me personally, I don't use spinning rods much, so this is my go-to for when I'm using a worm or a crawl, or especially a weightless worm or a weightless Senko even. Pretty much that's the setup right there. As you can tell, I got a bubblegum worm on right now. You guys can use any worm you'd like. Green pumpkin's perfect. Watermelon seed is perfect. Watermelon red flake is perfect. But I do have a bubblegum. You can also put like a methylate on, or a yellow. Those work great as well. And just a regular straight worm hook. Simple as that. When I'm out here on the river, guys, I tend to not spend a lot of money on the tackle and the hooks and weights I'm using, because there is a lot of toothy fish out here. There's a lot of mudfish, a lot of gar. So I tend not to spend too much money on, the terminal tackle. But let's go ahead and get out here so I can show you guys some tips on the water. So guys, as you can tell right here, a bunch of cypress trees, a bunch of cover in the water. And I'm pretty much going to be fishing this fort right on that cover. And there's different ways that people fish this bait, guys. This isn't in particular for a floating worm. This is for a weightless worm in general. You can fish a Senko the same way. What a lot of people do with a floating worm is they'll throw their bait out there, let it hit the water, and they'll kind of pop it. So what they'll do is they'll kind of walk it. As you guys can tell by my hand motion, I'm just popping that bait. I will give it, it just depends on the day. Some days you're going to be working it like this, super fast. Some days you're going to be like pop, pop, pause. Similar to a fluke. If any of you guys have thrown a weightless fluke, you guys know, that's pretty much how you're going to work a fluke. Just pop that bait all around this cover. That's how most of the people on the internet are going to preach to you. That's how they're going to say to work it. In my opinion, especially towards today, these fish are going to be a little bit slower. So I'm definitely dead sticking that thing, or I'm slowly creeping that thing. So I'll throw it on the cover, literally just wait. I'll sit there and wait, and I'll wait for one to pick up on it. And as you guys can tell, this thing's weightless. It doesn't have weight on there. So when you throw it onto that cover, just like that, I usually pull a little bit of line out, so it lets that thing sink. Because if you mess around with your rod much with that super light worm, I'm telling you, it's going to pull it away from that cover. And that's the last thing you want. You want this bait on the cover. So most of the time, I don't even check my bait. As you can tell, there's a lot of slack in my line. I'm kind of just letting that worm sit there. This is if I'm dead sticking it. And every once in a while, I'll kind of reel up just a little bit and check on it. And I'll just lift up, and you'll be able to tell if there's a fish on there. You'll just feel weight, or you'll kind of feel them barely tick on it. As you guys can tell, the fish had blew up on that tree right there. Just throw that bait out there, let it sink all the way. We're in very shallow water. Maximum depth is probably about 7 foot right here. As you can tell, I'm not pulling my line all the way slack. I'm just reeling it up just a little bit to where I can feel what's going on. So if a fish hits that, it might knock slack in my line. I'm not reeling it up all the way, because what it's going to do, there's not a weight on that bait. It's just going to come right back towards you. And you want that bait to sit in that particular area on that structure as long as possible. There he is. That was a good battle.
Oh, that was a good one. You got it?
Oh my god.
There you go.
It's about 3 pounds.
It's the best one we've gotten today.
3-pounder. Golly. Pretty eyes.
He does have pretty eyes.
Up on that tree. God, look at that one. Like a good fat one, ain't he? Wow. As you guys can tell, I mean, there's a stump just randomly in the water right here. It's very isolated. It's not like these trees or, you know, lay down like that. You know, this is very, very by itself right out here in the middle. I mean, that's usually you can catch a big fish off some isolated cover like this. So if you see something like this that you need to throw at it, I want it to skip over it. Dang, dude, that's a pretty good one. He took off. Finally, guys, that's a pretty one right there. Healthy.
My persona. And if it's true, I'm doing.
Overall, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this little quick tip video on how to fish a weightless worm around structure, mostly trees and cypress trees and laydowns. I wanted to throw that mixture in since I'm river fishing. A lot of you guys may be river fishing, but if you guys enjoy these quick tip videos that are super short, you know, packed with information, few fish catches, be sure to smash that like button. Also, comment below on a type of video that you guys want me to go over and throw some tips over and come out on the water and try it out. But thank you guys so much for the support. Be sure to subscribe and make sure you hit that little bell so since you post notifications every time I post a video. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.
I'm driving and walking in the sky with some shooters. We jump inside of the Buick. You duck a half in the Rugers. A couple choppers, acoustic, and the guitar when the music is. I'm alive and I use it. Get stuck inside of the cuteness. I never lie, but the truth is I'm fucking tired of these losers. And all my life want the fruit when it's summertime in the juice. But I'd rather die than a loser. Some matter time for I lose it and strategize with the movement. I walk in the trap like a boss. Oh, you know I'm dripping with the sauce. Oh, pretty with a face full of scars.
Yo, so thanks for watching this fishing video. Before leaving, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell, and put a thumbs up. See you, bye bye guys, take care.